Hi and welcome! I am really in a hurry because I planned to varnish two of my paintings and I just discovered that I don't have a brush. So I'm on my way to the art shop right now to get a brush. After that I'm gonna tell you in detail how to varnish an acrylic painting with gold leaf. So I'm just running to the shop. On top I look really neat, but look at my pants and shoes. It's not the way I normally go out. So I'm just in a random shop that sells brushes. It's Action, in fact. I have to say that I really advise not to buy any art supplies at Action normally, except for the brushes, because quality is good. And another advantage is that it's also pretty cheap, so it's a win-win. But then again, I really advise you not to buy any canvases or paint that they sell here, except for the brushes. They're good quality. So the one I'm gonna choose is this one because it's big, and also three small ones of these to have the choice at home. Another disadvantage of Action is that you always spend more money because you always want to buy more stuff, like shower gels, for example. So I'm super happy because I spent €3.65 for 3 brushes and my shower gel. And to compare, I think in average art shop you would spend €15 for 1 brush. So I won a lot of money today. Let's buy my girlfriend dinner tonight! Even if she's not responding the full day because she is a busy actress, I'm proud of you, baby. Alright, I have all the supplies, so let's start working. Let me start by showing you my special varnish room. I have 2 old bed frames that I use. What is the most essential of the varnishing process is that your paintings are completely flat on the ground. And for this you should use straight edges to make sure that this is actually the fact. What is really handy to adjust the height is to have a basis like this, so you can straighten all corners if needed. And make sure that you look at the straight edges and the bubbles should be exactly in the middle, and this is the case, so that's good. Make sure, of course, that you check all the sides. I did this before, so I'm good to go. Now let me show you the varnish that I use. This is Spectrum Acryl Varnish Glossy. It's on turpentine basis and it's the house brand of Peter van Ginkel. This is a shop in Amsterdam. Of course, it's really important always to test the house brands if you want to use them. And you should realize that there's a lot of different varnishes for a lot of different paints. So for example, I'm using acrylic paint right now, so I need a special varnish for acrylic paint. But for example, if you use oil paint, you should check with your local art shop what kind of varnish is the best, and then again test it on another piece of paper before putting it on your painting. Because a worst case scenario, if you use the wrong varnish, it's possible that the paint and the varnish will mix even though your paint is dry, and then of course your painting will be destroyed. So be really careful with varnishing. Inform yourself really well, experiment on a different paper, and then you're good to go. Alright, now I'm starting with the risky part. I'm gonna do the varnishing. What's really important is to realize that you have to be pretty quick, even though it doesn't dry super fast. But if you continue too long, you will maybe see a little bit of the structure of your brush. Let's do it. Make sure that all the loose hairs are out of the brush, because you don't want the loose hairs in your painting. Sprinkle the varnish equally over the painting and don't be shy, you want to have a thick layer. Then you start with moving the varnish equally everywhere, like this. First make sure that the varnish is everywhere, and after that you can make sure that it's equal everywhere. What you see here is that I can work incredibly fast, and what I do here is to make sure that if there is too much varnish, that I get rid of it, and after that make it equal again. Alright, so I put the layer of varnish. It took me a while. What's a good trick is, you can see it here, if you use the reflection like this to see if the layer is equal everywhere, because if you use the reflection, you can really see all the imperfections in the layer. As you can really see here, it's really shiny, so it's gonna be super cool. So what I need now is at least 5 days of drying time, preferably more. I would advise you to keep the painting flat for at least 2 or 3 weeks. What can happen is that the top layer is dry, but the layer under that is not dry. And if this starts moving under the top layer, you still can get some imperfections. So one more time, this is the end result. I just varnished it. It's super shiny. If you have any questions, please leave it in the comments. And of course, like the video if you liked it.